Welcome to our Boys and Girls Club, the City Teen Center. Come on in.
The Boys and Girls Club organization is a 125-year-old organization. It has totally changed. When you look at the Boys and Girls Clubs now, especially the ones in Northeast Florida, I mean, we have barbershops, recording studios, dance studios. We have a robotics league.
This is the robotics lab. We actually had a robotics convention 4 weeks ago.
As a former math and science teacher, I get really excited about STEM. Our kids get a chance to build their own robots, code them, and then also program them to do different missions. They also get to do tournaments and compete both regionally, and they also get to compete locally as well.
I thought coding was gonna be extremely hard, but then at the end I learned that I could actually do it. That made me feel like I accomplished something really hard, so it made me feel really good about myself.
These programs make a big difference for the kids. It's giving them the tools and skills for post-secondary education, and they're learning a skill, a trade where they can take through their lifespan.
All of our kids graduate high school, which is not a given, because if you think about it, if you're a 12 or 14-year-old kid and you don't have a lot of money at home, you have a gang that will offer you a job, a product, a compensation plan, a sense of belonging. You get all those things, and the only thing is you might get shot or killed.
If I wasn't here, I would probably be somewhere slipping up in school, not getting good grades, and probably kind of giving my parents a hard time.
One of the students in particular, he was a behavior kid. He didn't have a place that someone loves him, you can tell. Coming to the Boys and Girls Club every day, I believe giving him a sense of belonging. He then changed his behavior, and he is such a different young man. And I think it's because the Boys and Girls Club shape our young people into a better individual.
We really want to grow to be able to serve all of the communities that need us, and those children that need us most. Without organizations like us, they're just out there on the streets, and we really want them to be in our doors and experience all of the academics and enrichment and great things that we offer as an organization.
The way that our partnership with the Boys and Girls Club has allowed us to make a meaningful impact in the community is just seeing the growth of the Boys and Girls Club. I think it's one of the top 2 or 3 largest Boys and Girls Club organizations in the nation. And it's great to know that we're a part of building that.
You know, our employees, I don't think I'm over-exaggerating this, they're in love with the Boys and Girls Club and what it does in our community. So much so that their first opportunity they ever had was to invest in their time and volunteer out at Camp Deep Pond. They see the videos that we get from the Boys and Girls Club team of kids going out there, some of them swimming for the first time, riding around in kayaks, riding bikes, just being out in nature that many of them have just never been able to do.
Kids come here to be who they are, and they get that feeling that, oh, this is great, this is where I want to be. I look forward to coming here after school. This helps me get through the day.
These kids that are going through these programs, they're our future. We can't just ignore them and not fund programs for this and then expect that somehow it's just going to miraculously happen. We have to be intentional about giving back to organizations like Boys and Girls Clubs and programs that support kids in our communities.
It costs a lot of money to have brick and mortar, to have insurance, to have quality teachers and unit directors and staff members. It costs a lot of money for transportation. It doesn't just happen. And so while we do receive some funding from the state, we're always aware that that funding can be cut. And we really need our community partners to step up and provide the funding so that we can keep our doors open and, more importantly, grow. We were 12 clubs 10 years ago. Today we're thriving at over 59, but we're still not serving enough.
So when you think about the kids in our community that are not part of any type of after-school program, that number is arguably 70 to 80,000 kids. Think about what we can do in Jacksonville if all of those kids were able to go to a facility after school. I mean, their futures would absolutely change, just like mine did, just like all the kids that come through here.
Whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's I want to be a football player one day, I want to learn STEM, there's a program for that right here at the Boys and Girls Club Centers. And that's what our kids need these days. They need that variety. They need that safe place where they know they're going to get a meal and they get to try new things that normally they would never get to try. And so whatever your company is investing in at the moment, there is a place for you right here in the Boys and Girls Club.
The Northeast Florida chapters of Boys and Girls Clubs are the best of the best across the country. The best staff, the best facilities, the best kids, the best programs. You really get an opportunity to step into something and serve and volunteer and engage at the very top level within the Boys and Girls Clubs organization. We just think it's such a privilege that we have that right here in our own backyard.
When those surrounding businesses support us, it's huge because it helps us make the kids happier and helps make them want to come here more, because if we don't have that donor or that sponsor to feed them, maybe that's the last meal that they have before they go home.
It's easy to get passionate about this organization if you take the time to invest in just spending a little bit of time in the clubs, get to meet the kids, meet the staff, understand what the mission of this movement really is. It's easy to get passionate.
I guess the one thing I'd leave with people is that it's been proven that giving back is good for you. It's almost better for you in some ways. And I think that we just need to get the word out about where the Boys and Girls Club have come and how far we've gone and how many kids we're serving. And if we can get and unite and mobilize the community to serve, I think we can reach those kids we're not reaching today.
I would say thank you very much, because if it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be like where we are now with dance, football, cheer, basketball. We wouldn't have as much stuff as we do now. So I would say thank you so much.
I would like to say thank you so much for your consideration and investing in our kids. They absolutely deserve the world, and you're allowing us to give that to them. Thank you.